right. Keep the microphone over here. I'll do a sound check in a minute to make sure you guys can hear me. As soon as some of you start joining in. Gabe Miller, what's up, my man? Can you guys hear me all right? Super Miata Brothers, Cookie Love, Auto 3%, Robert Harris, Schizo, was cracking to West Virginia, Sports Fan J Dub. All right, thank you very much, Gabe. I appreciate that. RCB, what's good? It's cool to do your thing. I look like we got a lot of what's going on, Cheryl? Tupperware. That's right. You already know what it is. Looks like we got a lot of new faces tonight. A lot of names I haven't seen before. That's always a good thing. And there's 42 U's on here right now. So here we are. Dog 3, orale. Anthony Davis. Hot Rod, Billy Jump, Michael Montana. It's cool to do your thing, Lance G. Yes, you've been here for a minute, Lance. For a long minute. Ghetto 310. Guess always watch. All right. So we got about 46 U's in here. That's good. A lot of very interesting things moving along in my world these days. I'll be sharing all that with you tonight. Things that I've been doing. Michael Montana, I appreciate that. I'll do my very best. To make sure that I don't embellish. I don't talk out of my ass. I like to do my research. That's why it takes me a little longer to drop videos sometimes, because I like to completely research anything that I drop on either of my channels. But we're going to talk about the other channel. I'm also going to talk about my Patreon, what I'm going to be doing with it, because I've left it pretty much neglected. I've told everybody to go ahead and abandon ship. Right now, I mean, I don't think it's fair that people basically are patrons of something that there's no content going in there. But it's been rough, man. Like I said, I've been working a lot, and just all the setbacks of day to day couldn't knock me off my square. So just gotta, just pick myself up and just keep moving forward. So let me first start off by telling you guys about some developments. I don't know how many of you remember, but I briefly touched on it several weeks ago about me being in the newspaper. The local newspaper, the Oklahoman. I don't know how many of you remember that. And the article and the piece that they did on me in that one right there, there is a possibility that could actually become a bigger story. As soon as I get more details, and if it happens, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to really talk about it because I don't know if I'm really supposed to be. But the story could quite possibly become a lot bigger than just local, if you know what I'm saying. And I'll just leave it at that, to speculation. I'm pretty sure you guys know what it is. And Michael Montana, yeah, you know what I mean? Check that book out, man. I got 3 of them out there, but one of them I don't really refer people to, and that's the Imprisoned Mind book, because I'm in the early stages of actually completely recreating that book to include a lot of the stuff that I've learned 3 years out after being released. Carlos Castellanos, welcome. And Yeah, but this newspaper thing, man, it's yeah, it's quite possible. It's quite possible it could end up going national. Um, fingers crossed on that one right there, because there's still a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of people that are in the shadows that are too scared to come out and talk about their abuse, to talk about their experiences, to actually address what it really means to actually change, what it means to actually have prison reform, and all of these things. A lot of these people are spinning their wheels round and round and round, and they don't really have, like, I don't believe, a working plan to actually successfully deal with the prison system in itself. I have a lot of points of interest that I've been trying to put in their ears for some time, and they just don't want to hear it. So, but that's, in my opinion, that's the only way that we're going to be able to work. Mainly prison reform starts with the school to prison pipeline. If any of you guys are aware of what that means, that basically means that our kids, specifically in the inner cities, are conditioned to eventually go to prison, right? Where you got some countries, like, let's say India, for example, other countries, they focus their education on kind of like a caste system, especially in India, where whatever your family is, that's what you're going to be. And they push the kids through a lot of training, and their specialized education is geared towards becoming a doctor, becoming a lawyer, becoming a scientist, shipping and receiving clerk, whatever it may be. Where our schools are failing these kids is that we're just giving them the basic education, and that's pretty much it, with a strong emphasis on drama and sports. So, for the most part, a lot of kids that are in these inner cities and stuff, they feel their only way out is through sports or drama, music, entertainment. And as you know, sports, drama, music, entertainment doesn't exactly save us from an asteroid that could be crashing into the earth. It doesn't save us from, global warming. It doesn't save us from discovering a cure or vaccine for a pandemic or any kind of disease. Not only that, but most of these kids, what I'm learning, especially with my own education and a lot of people's education, is that not only did our parents fail in this regard, but the system failed us in this regard, in that kids are taught how to grow up, get a job, save your money, and don't go into debt. Well, if you ever read that book, Think Rich, Grow, Dad, that Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the guy that wrote those stuff. So I've been reading his work for many years now. And the one thing that I do know is the same thing that we're all told: save your money, don't go into debt, buy a house, get married. And that's really what people measure as being success. But where a lot of these kids are failing in a lot of these inner cities, yeah, rich dad, poor dad. Yeah, it's probably a scam, but you have to take everything with a grain of salt. It's just an example, though. Oh, Negi, though. It's basically what I'm saying is that rich families teach their kids differently than poor families teach their kids. And this right here, I know to be true. You know what I mean? And the problem is a lot of these kids don't really have any examples. They don't have any positive examples to look at, and they end up just getting stuck in this revolving door of prisons. So there's a whole lot. Philly Price, you actually hit the $1 million question. The United States of America is and should be and has always been a manufacturing industrial nation because of the location, because of the resources, national resources, and all that stuff. we shouldn't be a service nation. We should be a manufacturing global giant. We should set the pace as far as trade, and it should be a fair and balanced trade. A greater focus on our own people, on our own country, needs to be first and foremost above anybody else's country. We need to fix these schools fast. I've had a chance to look at a couple of the schools out here where I'm at. And I'm not a native of Oklahoma. I'm not originally from Oklahoma, but I got to see the schools out here as opposed to what the schools look like where I came from. Not too much different, but in a lot of ways, a little bit better. California probably has some of the worst schools in the country. So I'm just throwing all this stuff out there, you guys, because I've been kind of a little bit involved in a little bit of criminal justice reform this week. So it's pretty much on my mind. And our teachers, and this one goes out to you, Ghetto 310, our teachers are not paid enough to care. You know what I mean? What's up, Corey? Our teachers are not really paid enough to give a shit. And furthermore, a lot of these kids are like crammed into these classrooms and they're not really learning nothing, because if you have 5 class clowns in a classroom of 20 people, nobody's going to really learn shit. So there's a lot that needs to be done. And I believe that the whole criminal justice reform world is spinning its gears, spinning its wheels in the wrong direction. They're too focused on opening the floodgates and just letting everybody out with really no kind of like aftercare or any kind of follow-up on it. Just let them out, basically. And that's not going to work. Ghetto 310, what's up with transsexuals ruining my kids' sports? Yes. I honestly believe, guys, and this is what I believe, okay? When it comes to transsexuals, transgenders in sports, I don't think it's fair for the girls' sports more so than the men's sports, due to just, physical size and strength and everything like that. I know people go through the transformation and they overload on a bunch of estrogen and stuff like that, but it still doesn't change this, doesn't take the strength away. And I believe that the best solution to that whole problem is to just have transgender sports, period. That would solve a lot of the problems. But who am I, man? I mean, this is definitely, we're definitely in some strange times these days. And I think that old Corn Pop is just doing everything in his power to, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I don't even think he knows what he's doing But yeah, there should just be, I think transgenders should have their own sports, because it's just not fair. It's not fair to our daughters, our nieces, granddaughters, sisters, anything like that. You know what I mean? So hold on a second. I got to get rid of a lame real quick. And he's gone. But yes. Tank's asking me, how do I feel about the U.S. funding abortions worldwide? Guys, this may come as a bit of a surprise to you, but I'm not really anti-abortion. I've never really been anti-abortion because, like I said, I believe it's a person's choice. If you choose to do that, you're going to have to live with the possible consequences of psychological issues and stuff like that, depression and whatnot. I've actually talked to several women that have had abortions, and usually most of them say the same thing, or at least are strong enough to admit that they feel like that there's something missing in their life after they've had an abortion, like that they've done something drastically wrong. And with that, you would have to ask yourself just exactly what it is that they're experiencing. But I don't really have like a negative opinion of abortions. One thing that I can say is that the earth is definitely way too populated, and there should be a lot more education as far as contraceptives are concerned, teaching our youth how to not pop out babies while they're still a baby themselves. That all goes back to that school to prison pipeline. There's a lot of work that needs to be done with all that. Yeah, Tank. I would have to totally agree with you, bro. I don't understand why we are so dead set on solving everybody else's problems, but leaving our problems to be ignored. I don't understand. I don't understand why our government, our elected officials, why the population in general, why they continue to put these status quo career politicians in place and think that it's such a bad thing to be an isolationist. I don't know why these people in the government believe that it's so bad to be an isolationist. Why do we need to solve everybody's fucking problems? I don't understand why that is. Solve my problem, solve you guys' problem, solve John McHugh's problem, Cookie Love's problem, Virtuous LA Spartans' problems. Why do we need to solve everybody's problems? And why am I paying for it? That's the greatest question. Why do I have to pay for it? And Leslie Boyder says it, yeah. The opioid crisis in Canada is out of proportion. This is blown out of the water over there. Yeah, Evan T., you said it right, globalists. But I'm going to tell you that globalism never works, because even if half of the human population believe in globalism, the other half don't. So what happens when you have that is you have one half of the world wants globalism, the other half don't want it, and they're going to fight tooth and freaking claw to make sure it doesn't happen on their shores. Even if it means they got to blow some shit up, shoot some people, do something bad, drop a chemical bomb somewhere, whatever it is, this world will probably not be ready for globalism for at least another 1,000 years, maybe even longer. I mean, look at it. Look at how many times people have tried globalism. The Mongols, the Romans, the Persians, the British Empire, Nazi Germany, the Soviet Union, the U.S. through arbitration and everything else. I mean, it never really works the way you want it to work. Cookie Love, thank you for that $5. Amen to that. We need to take care of us first. Exactly. And it's not racist. It's not bigotry. It's not fascism to say that we need to deal with our own problems. First and foremost, we need to deal with our schools. We need to deal with our broken prison system. We need to deal with the police issue. There's so many different things that's going on. You know what I mean? Kuda democracy. Oh, you retracted your question before I had a chance to respond to it. My bad. Behind every globalist is a Satanist. I don't necessarily know if you can call them Satanists or not. But they definitely have a dark, insidious agenda, that's for sure. Antonio the Great. Asian senior citizens up in the Bay being attacked. Thoughts? This is the first I'm hearing about that, my friend. Let me do a little more research into that. I'll check it out though. Pretty sure it'll be pretty hard to find though. I can almost bet money it's not on CNN. What's up, X-Rated? Ellen Ha, that's Satan's agenda to have a one-world government. Again, it's like I said, I know a lot about this Satanism stuff. I've studied pretty much every world religion that you can imagine, and Satanism is more of like a cosmetic religion. It's kind of like a rebellious teenager type of a religion, and these people that are actually in charge, they practice some stuff that's far more crazy and a lot more ancient than Satanism. Satanism is relatively new. During the time of like Anton LaVey, he made it hip, he made it trendy. Now you have the Temple of Satan with that one-eyed weird guy and a lot of that stuff, but it is definitely way beyond that, let me tell you this, it's some shit that you'll never see. And that's what's scary about it. You'll see Satanism on TV. You'll see people in black with a pentagram and all that stuff. You'll see all that stuff. It's what they don't show you is what you should fear. That's what you should really fear. What they don't show you. Excuse me. Dinner's burping up. But yeah. I mean, you could be evil, and but what it is a lot of people need to start calling it for what it really is. It's something much different, and I don't really have a name for it. I'd be lying to you if I gave you a name. But trust and believe, it's not nothing that you've ever heard about. Whatever these people are involved in, because they'll let everything else out, but they're not going to let out what they're really a part of. They're really involved in, what the name for it is. I mean, you could sit in a circle with a bunch of gothic emo gamers popping pimples and trying to evoke the name of Satan, and I guarantee you're not going to get anywhere. Nothing's going to happen. It's the names. It's the ancient names. It's the ancient invocations or evocations that you won't find in any books or anything like that. They've been passed down through oral tradition, and all you need to do is invoke or evoke one of these names. And man, yeah, John, you can look in the key. You can also look in the keys of Solomon, but let me tell you, John, what the keys of Solomon are, they're just grimoires. There's somebody's notebook. So there's a lot of stuff that's left out of those as well. But I plan on doing a show about this. I'm trying to figure out what channel I should put it on. Should I put it? What do you guys think? You guys think that I should do a whole special on what I know about religion and what I've learned and how I've learned it and how deep a lot of this stuff goes? Do you think I should put that on Prison Break Raw, or do you think I should put that on Media Raw? It's up to you guys. You guys are going to be the ones that watch it, But yeah, if somebody asked me to, do a video about that, and I've been kind of like conflicted on what channel I should put it on. All right, so I'll put it on this one. I got a couple of interviews lined up. I'm going to start bringing back some interviews. I got a whole list of freaking people I need to bring on. But I got to get with Gunnar Lindblom. I have to redo his. I lost his last one that they had. You know what I mean? Oh, go away. Go away, guy. Go somewhere. Go play some video games or something, please. We're talking about grown folk business right here. Anywho's. Pay no attention to these people, guys. I think I have more than satisfied the explanation over and over and over again of what happened a couple of weeks ago. So we could just go ahead and just put that baby to rest. These trolls are funny, though, aren't they? They are very entertaining. Very entertaining. Mr. Dopey Alvarez, what's the matter? You got to go to work tomorrow? Everybody, give Dopey a round of applause. He got himself a new hustle, a new job. And kudos to you, my man, for getting that job. Antonio the Great, do you think the Bohemian Grove elites are the real satanic people? I think it goes back to this, and I've tried to explain this to a lot of people, and some people, you know, it's hard for them to wrap their brain around it. Places like the Bohemian Grove, the Scottish Rite, the Blue Lodge Masons, Rosicrucians, Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, all these places that are commercial and advertised, trust and believe that it's just a distraction, if anything. They're not trying to be a distraction, but they become a distraction just by proxy, because the real shit that these people are practicing, you will never see it. It won't have a name on a building. It won't be listed under any world religion. There ain't going to be no website that you can go and join. What these people that are in the elite circles, the celebrity elite power structure, and all these weirdos, what they're practicing is something far more ancient and something that is not written down. Something that doesn't have a Bible, something that doesn't have like anything written in stone. It's a verbal, oral tradition of power that has been passed from one royal family to the next. You can get into the whole Merovingian bloodline and all that stuff, and you still won't be correct, right? It's something that's way, way beyond anything that you've ever seen, you know? And it's very ancient. It's very old. Anytime I've talked to anybody that even has an inkling of a clue about any of this stuff, they're always going to tell me that you will never guess what it is in a million freaking years. You would never guess who's involved. You would never guess any of the stuff. You could go through the Bible. You can go through the Quran. You can go through the Bhagavad Gita, the Vedas. You can read the Pistis Sophia. You can read the Gnostic Gospels, all these things, and you still will not be able to pinpoint what it is, because unless you're in that circle, unless you are in that universe, you'll never be able to figure it out. They will always give you all these distractions and all these like either a ruse or a subterfuge or some kind of a means of, you know, pushing you in the wrong direction so that all the focus is off of them. You know, and like I said, you know, I remember I did a piece about the Antichrist. I did an essay about it when I was doing my English Lit classes in the federal prison system. And you know, anything on this earth can be considered Antichrist if it fails to adhere to the Christian belief system. So Muslims could be considered Antichrist, Buddhists, Hindus, Hare Krishnas, all that. So even Jehovah's Witnesses, they can all be considered Antichrist, because originally what it meant to be an Antichrist was anything, of course, that falls outside of the scope of the Catholic Church. So if it's something that is deemed heretical, it becomes labeled as Antichrist, because it's the antithesis of what Jesus Christ is supposed to be. Hello, Carla. How are you? Glad to see you back. Jay, getting it in. Well, sort of. The Muslims actually mention Christ over 300 times in the Quran. They choose to. What's up, Munchkin? I see you. They just choose to view Jesus Christ differently, and they call him what is it? Isa, and he's actually supposed to be like the Word. So his name to them is the Word. He's the Word of Allah, but he's not Allah. Yeah, Isa. Some people say Isa, some say Isa. Yeah, he's the supreme prophet. He's the Word, but he's not God's sum total. So that's where the Muslims and Christians break. But basically, you can call them. You know what I mean? You can call them both Christians because they kind of derive from the same thing. Sean Haggerty, we got rid of this Nazi fucking. Boy, this dude's pretty creative today, isn't he? Nice words. Look at the name. Look at the name this guy gave to his YouTube handle. I guarantee you he wouldn't say that if he was in South Central LA or if he was up there in Del Paso Heights with Nate Dogg. Guarantee you he wouldn't use that word. Promise you. He would definitely be the one running from a fight. Guaranteed. Nah, he's not Peni. You know, some of you asked me if I could do a piece on Peni. I actually reached out to some people from Peni, and they recommended that, or they asked that I didn't, because they got a lot of stuff going on legally right now. So try to clear his name off. I don't know if I could do that. Let's see. I would have to remove them all. I just reported him as hate speech. I can't actually get rid of him. Apologize, you guys, for that. That's something we'd have to probably bring up to YouTube, because even though I block him and get rid of him, his name will still stay there. So any of you that got offended by that, I apologize. I did everything I could to get rid of him before he said anything more. But he'll just keep coming back. So Antonio Castan, yes, I'm good with Josh. I actually just talked to Josh the other day. You hit the nail on the head, Jay. Stay getting it in. Try to say that fast 5 times, right? Nothing I can do about that name in the live chat, guys. Nothing I can do about it at all. But like I said, as it keeps scrolling away, just ignore it. Maxine the cat's fine. She's laying in the other room next to the fire. These people are silly, guys. Billy Jump. It's somebody that has been trolling this channel for some time. They think they're actually causing the channel harm with this stuff. But let me tell you guys something about people and their words, okay? And this is a very good piece of advice for all of you, all right? The main thing that you have to understand about people when they use this kind of language, right? They got no self-respect. They got no self-esteem, you know? They've never gotten anything accomplished ever before in their lives. They're probably not even racist. You know what I mean? They're just using that stuff because they want to do anything in their power to hurt one of you because they believe that that hurts me. But the main thing about all of it is you just have to ignore them. You just have to ignore them. No matter what they say, their words can't affect you unless you allow their words to affect you. Chance Torrey, I apologize for that, but like I said, their words only have power if you choose to give them power. If you give these people power, you've ultimately allowed them to define how you're going to feel for the remainder of the night. I'm completely numb to it because I've been dealing with this for so many months now that it doesn't even faze me, you know? But like I said, the only thing that I can really do is to just keep deleting them. And if they come back, I'll just delete them again. Virtuous LA Spartan is exactly what it is. I mean, you never know what these people could be. That person could be black. He could be white. He could be brown. You know, he could be a member of Antifa. He could be a member of the Proud Boys. He could be a member of the church choir. You never know who these people are because that's where the Full Files guy, that's where he calls them, you know, net bangers. That's what they are. That's what they do. They bang on the net. Cookie Love, you hit the nail on the head right there. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me, and especially not from some insignificant little man or little woman. Timothy Mills, thank you for that. Timothy Miles, sorry. Thank you. I appreciate that. God bless you. But we got some people in here that are devout Christians, I see. So here's what we'll do for these people. Here's what we do. Pray for them, okay? Pray for them. Pray for their salvation. Pray for them to not fall victim to something horrible. Pray for them. And we'll just leave it at that. So, and you're right, Dopey, but it's kind of hard, you know what I mean? People don't realize how difficult it is to ignore something like that, you know? And he thinks he's doing something, but he ain't doing anything. Nothing. Yeah, these glasses are prescription. They're called Helium Paris. And they're not too tinted. Like the last ones I used to have, they were real fucking tinted. You know what I mean? You're definitely right, Heels Over Flowers. It definitely was going in. Don McHugh, thank you for the $4.99. Can we ask what the troll's preferred pronouns are? Seems appropriate. Yeah, you can ask him. He's still in here somewhere. Here he comes. Look, here he comes again. Says he wants to hang Nate from a tree. Wow. I think he should go address that to Nate. Suspect King, thank you for the $7. I think that's New Zealand money right there. John McHugh. Cookie Love, thank you for the $3. It's a good amber color. Funny. I'm just waiting for him to super chat some of his abuse one of these days. But yeah. Chance Torrey, there's no beef between me and Nate at all. The reason he's saying that is because I mentioned go tell Nate that. Go use the N-word. Go to where Nate lives, knock at his door and use the N-word. Or go tell Dirty Weather the N-word. Or go tell Sock Walker the N-word. Go tell any of them the N-word. That's what I meant. And now he's using that as a means to like drive a wedge between me and my boy Nate. It'll never happen. Other people have tried to like turn me and Nate against each other, and it's been unsuccessful so far. As a matter of fact, I'll even call Nate. You guys want to hear Nate Dogg 916? I'm gonna call him right now. Calling Nate. Thank you, Chance. I appreciate it. Don't know if he'll answer or not, but we'll call. We'll try anyways. Nope. Your call has been forwarded to it. Yeah, John McHugh, we did it. We did a collab once before. We might be able to do another one. I even got dirt on here, I believe. We'll call Dirt.
JD.
What's up, Dirt?
What's going on with you, man?
None. You're live right now. You're live on the PBR Car Friday night special.
Oh, really? You got me at casino hours. What's going on with you, man? How you living?
I'm living all right. You're at the casino?
Yeah, man. They got one called Thunder Valley outside of Sacramento. I kind of frequent that thing.
Well, don't let me keep you from losing all your money. I mean, winning all your money.
It's all good, man. I found a machine. I beat it up yesterday, and I came back with plans to beat it up today.
Yeah.
Hey, when you gonna come through the bakery? When you gonna come through the bakery, man?
Oh, I don't know, man. You talking about going? Huh?
You come to the bakery. You can come to the bakery. You can bring a little vape pen. You fit right in.
I'm looking to go out there to Cali sometimes. I'll definitely stop by and visit you and Nate. I tried to call Nate. I tried to call Nate right now because we have a gentleman that's on that was trying to invoke Nate's name in a derogatory manner, and somebody asked if me and Nate or me and you had beef, and I said hell no, we ain't got beef. As a matter of fact, I could call you guys.
Really? Yeah, man. That shit is that's like 2018 or something, ain't it?
No, I don't even know. If it was it. Yeah.
Like, we've been jumped over them bridges and stuff, man. Everybody. I see you guys as classmates. Like, we all started around the same time, and we're not separated by subs or anything like that.
Exactly.
We're separated by.
What's up, Dubs?
But we all started together.
Yeah.
So, like, man, I'm happy that everybody that's still here.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a long road.
Exactly.
It's a very long road. So if you're still here, I mean, it's a salute for you anyway. I don't care if you started off as a troll or if you started off as just whatever. If you push this prison genre movement, then and you're probably responsible for it still being here. So therefore, man, shout out to everybody still in it.
Yeah, shout out to everybody. Well, we're not going to keep you too much longer, Dirt. We know you got to lose some money right now, so we're going to go let you.
Hell yeah, I just lost about $45 in this phone call.
Well, good. Go lose another 20 for me, all right?
All right, man. I appreciate you.
All right, man. To stay up.
All right, go.
Well, I couldn't get a hold of Nate, but I got a hold of Dirt. I knew that Dirt would answer. Dirt usually answers my calls. Nate's probably getting ready to do his own live right now. So you guys know that this is what it is. We're all cool. You see we got Dubs on here. Should I talk? I just talked to what? Dubs the other night. When did we talk last, Dubs? Just the other night? Or we text messaged each other, right? The Chumash Casino near Solvang is great. I don't know which one he said he was at. I really didn't hear it. But yeah. You see? You guys should already know. You know what I mean? Yep. That's right, Chance Torrey. We see no race. Black, Chicano, Güero, all of us. We're all Americans, man. We are all Americans. What do I got planned for tonight? I'll show you. This is what I got planned for tonight. I'm studying. Doing a lot of studying. And not only that, but I talked to my buddy, really good friend of mine named Jake Red Elk. Shout out to Jake Red Elk. He's probably not here. He's not watching, but yeah, he we might go into business together. I might be putting the apron back on. I might be back in the kitchen, back doing some culinary work, but only doing it on a much larger scale than I was doing it before. I'll actually be working for myself in this case. And we got Dubs. Got Dubs calling in. Everybody, Dubs. Dubs, everybody.
Was cracking there, but I don't know what I missed. You know, I'm in the shop right now, so I can't stay on the phone.
You're always in the shop.
Hey, JD can holler at me anytime.
Yeah, that's right. These people are just upset that they can't be a part of the party. You know what I mean?
That's all right.
Their invitation got fucking rejected.
They can start their own party. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah. So,
all right, man. Hey, I just wanted to holler at you. I don't know what I missed. I'm only on my machine.
No, same old, bro. It's nothing. It's, you know what I mean? It's nothing. It's never anything. Just somebody that's tapping away on some keys and using some derogatory, racially charged verbiage. And
all right.
So, you know, anytime somebody does that, I have to be a little bit respectful and, you know, let my PBR car know that we don't endorse that kind of behavior. And
just keep it positive, man.
Yeah, we smash on that shit. We get rid of that.
All right, man.
All right, my boy. All right, go recalibrate something.
Yeah, all right then, mate.
Hey. Man. You know what? There's a lot of really wonderful people in the prison YouTube genre. You guys don't even know. There's so many like positive dudes. There's so many dudes that are still pushing. They're still going. There's like so much going on in this genre. And when people say that it's dying, you know, that's kind of unfortunate because this is a learning experience for a lot of people, you know? This is a learning experience for a lot of people to watch all of us grow. You know? Brian Kane, I'm actually in the in the early stages of doing that as well. I won't be going through Robinhood, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm getting closer, you know what I mean? Otis Driftwood, what's cracking? Like the name, man, like the name. Virtuous LA Spartan, unfortunately, most people didn't really care about the struggle. Brother, it was about the entertainment. They were mind riveted. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's the one part that I never was able to get. I mean, what's up, Full Auto TV? You know, it's you don't know how many times that I wanted to get on here and just pour my heart out of everything that I've experienced in the prison system, who's doing what, how we did this, what we did on this day, how we did this, how we did that. But I just can't bring myself to do it, you know? It's just I just can't. I got principles, I guess. But it's, you know, it's that's really what it takes. I mean, you gotta expose a bunch of game, you gotta like throw people's names out like that are still in the system, all kinds of shit. You gotta do that in order to build your subscribers up and get all these views. Talk about what these rappers are doing or some shit or you know. I started touching on celebrities and high profile cases because, you know, I think it's kind of like a rare avenue and niche because, you know, most people that talk about these people are people that have never done time, and you know the way that they explain it is just, you know, from a person on the outside looking in. Heels over flowers. E-Trade sucks. Wouldn't let me trade. Move into E-Trade doesn't allow after hours. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Weeble. I've actually been looking into Weeble recently, and but I will not mess with Robinhood. Not after what they did to people. But I don't know if Weeble's doing the same thing that Robinhood's doing. There's a few out there, man. You got Toro that does deals with the cryptos. You got Coinbase. I deal with Coinbase when it comes to my cryptos. Matter of fact, my crypto stocks have actually gone up. Kenneth Ledford, it's not called Weeble like that. It's called like that. It's pronounced like I can't forgive Robinhood for what they did. You know what I mean? James Johnson, I'll look into that.